All right, and we're back on this episode of NFL Playoff Edition. All the teams that are playing today, right down there. You can't really see them though because the camera's terrible quality. But
They got this today games over here. We got
tomorrow's games over there.
And it should be a fun, exciting 2 days of football.
Yep.
So, first game is going to start at 4:30. We got the Bengals and Houston in Houston, Texas. In my eyes, I think Houston should win this game because Cincinnati hasn't really proved anything.
Well, in my view, Cincinnati is a more, I'm not going to say a more balanced team, but I think that they could go into Houston and beat Houston at TJ Yates. I mean, their defense is capable enough of stopping TJ Yates.
Mhm.
I don't know why they wouldn't be able to. See, if Houston's defense is good, but you have to remember, they don't have Mario Williams.
They haven't had Mario Williams this whole year, so it's not like they just lost Mario Williams. It's not like the Jets when they lost Jim Leonard,
Yeah.
like in week 15. They lost Mario Williams week 6, so they've learned to play without him and everything like this.
And they're playing in a crap crap division, so
It also helps
since
with
he
that.
made the playoffs with being in the division at Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and still made it with 9 wins. I mean, that's impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, because against 500 teams or more, they were 1-8 with 1 win.
Who?
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot who they beat, but they were 1-8. But when they verse teams that are under,
Yeah, but that's what
500,
you got to do though. You got to take advantage of it.
I
Take
understand.
advantage of it.
Definitely, yeah.
That's the one thing.
That's
that
one
Tampa
thing
Bay,
the Giants did
Tampa
this
Bay,
year.
Tampa Bay did not do last year. Tampa Bay was 10-6 last year,
Mm-hmm.
but all the 6 games they lost to were teams that were in the playoffs,
Mhm.
and all the teams that they did beat were the teams that were under 500. They did that, but they couldn't beat the playoff teams. Cincinnati got lucky this year, unfortunately, because the Jets couldn't step up in big games, and they made it past.
And then Houston basically screwed Tennessee
And
out of the whole
Houston screwed
playoffs.
Tennessee out of the playoffs, but Houston knew that they were going to win that division, and I said at the beginning of the year that they were going to win the division without Peyton Manning. It was this team's year to make it because
It was
Peyton Manning was not there. But
It could be
it's-
the only year they could make it.
exactly, because you know Houston's luck, though. They always get injuries. They always
You can
get
see, definitely.
Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson at the beginning of the year, but he came back slowly coming
But like
back.
the difference now, I feel like because the Texans have been playing without Andre Johnson for a while, and he hasn't really produced as much this year.
People are stepping up. People are stepping up, making
but
a
now
names for themselves.
People are stepping up, making names.
Ben
and now,
Tate.
If they do that now, Ben Tate and Arian Foster, that's a dynamic backfield. They do that now, and now Andre Johnson comes in and does his game too. That should just make their offense a little bit better. But again, like
Since
we all
he's got a
say,
good defense.
TJ Yates has to.
Since he's got a good defense, they're top 10.
TJ Yates did go on them in the last second and score a game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, but
So,
I mean
it's
anything can happen.
TJ Yates has to. He can win this game. It basically depends on him because I think Houston's defense will maintain Cincinnati's offense to the point where they double cover AJ Green, even though he probably could still catch it.
Yeah.
But like to the point where he'll be effective, but not as effective as he normally would be.
And it all comes down to how sick Andy Dalton is. I mean, he did have that illness later on in the week because they were practicing outside. Why? I have no idea. They're playing inside of a dome. Why wouldn't you practice inside? But he's got to. It all depends on if he's healthy.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a close game.
They practice outside because if they think of them winning this game,
Yeah.
they have to go to Foxborough. They win this
yeah.
game, the winner of the Denver Steeler game goes to Baltimore.
Yep.
But if Houston wins this game, we still don't know.
Exactly.
Actually, no, we do know.
We do know Houston
Because
will go to Baltimore.
Houston will go to Baltimore, and then whoever wins that will go to
So
Foxborough.
whoever wins that game, we know where Pittsburgh or Denver,
Is
vice
going.
versa, has to play.
All right, so I think the spread for the Houston-Cincinnati game was like 3.
I think Houston was favored by 2.5.
All right, so
Last time I checked.
So we'll go Houston 2.5. I'll take Houston with the spread, and I think they'll win 24-17.
I'll take Cincinnati.
Take a Cincinnati with
Yes.
this too. All right.
I say Cincinnati will win 17-13. I think that defense is capable enough of holding TJ Yates to 13 points.
Mhm.
But I think that there's going to be a key factor, mainly like a kick return, a punt return on special teams, or pick 6. I mean, I think the defense is capable enough of stepping up in big games. Not saying that they're good, but they could be good against a TJ Yates team.
Mhm. I mean, Cincinnati has the tools to win this game. I don't see them going anywhere in the playoffs.
Neither do
Honestly, because
Uh-huh.
I think if they're going to New England, I think New England will just tear them apart.
I. Yeah.
Honestly, and then New England will verse whoever wins. In my view, the Steeler-Raven game.
Mhm.
Put it like that. But we do have another game on today. It's at 8 o'clock. It's New Orleans.
Prime
versus-
time.
Yep.
And we all know how New
Detroit.
Orleans is on prime time
No,
in their home stadium.
stadium. As much as I'm rooting for Detroit, it'd be the only time that I'm actually rooting for Detroit because they're in my division. So why would I root for them?
Yeah.
But I hate New Orleans with a passion
Yeah.
because I just think they're one of the most overrated hype teams in the league.
Well, they can't be really that much overrated if they win every year.
Well, they win, but people
think
pick them for a Super Bowl.
This is a
So,
Super Bowl
people
champion
say
team.
it's a Super Bowl champion team, but they don't get there. That's why I consider them overrated. It's like when fans say that the Jets are overrated.
Oh, yeah.
And they got the 2 AFC championship
But
games.
they didn't get
this year, yes. But the same with the last 2 years. The first year when they played the Vikings in the AFC championship game, we all know who should have won that game. The Vikings easily should have won that game. They outgained them in every statistical
But
category.
they turned the ball over.
Except for turning the ball over, which were one interception was on a late hit
Mhm.
on Brett Favre. Nothing was called,
Yeah.
and you got three fumbles, 2 by Peterson, then 1 by Percy, and none of them even hit the defender on New Orleans, and they just literally dropped the ball.
But that stuff happens, though. I mean, look at me in the Super Bowl. We were
But
going down that
everyone
field.
says-
We were going down that field, and we were driving, and turnovers are costly. I mean, you turn the ball over, you're most likely gonna lose that game. You're gonna lose that game.
So, I mean, the fact is that I don't see New Orleans. I can see New Orleans definitely. I think is going to win this game,
Mhm.
but I'm going to root for Detroit as much as I can. But what I was saying with the New Orleans, an overrated thing. They say their defense is so great. Their defense is not
It's
good.
the same thing with the Jets. The Jets
The
defense
Jets
is not
have
that
more
good.
playmakers, I think.
Yes,
New
they would have
Orleans.
more playmakers, but that defense, I mean, that defense is not good.
It's not like
But Jets, I'm not saying the Jets defense isn't good, but that defense is overhyped.
it is
though.
overhyped, and
So
definitely
they're
because
like
you
the
have a
same
guy.
team. Both of those teams are overhyped.
The only
Because
thing.
Saints, everybody predicts the Saints to go to the Super Bowl mostly every single year after that championship game
Mhm.
or after that Super Bowl that they won to go to the Super Bowl every year. Meanwhile, it's like the Jets in the AFC. I mean,
They were chosen to go to the Super
them and their fans, they go to the Super Bowl. You know, but it's like they're both like that. They're both similar in that category. But I think the Saints are a better team because they have Drew Brees as a
offense.
playmaker.
The difference in the defense of the Jets
Excuse
and
me.
Go ahead. The difference between the Jets and New Orleans defense, I think, is that the Jets have the best corner in the league in Darrelle Revis. Okay? And here is Nick Wilding, our producer, our great producer right here. And he just took the seat, and while Kevin's on the phone, but now he'll leave. So, anyway, here comes Kevin. He's back.
Sorry about that.
But like I was saying, the difference between the Jets defense and New Orleans defense is that New Orleans doesn't have the dynamic corner. They say Tracy Porter is one of the best corners in the league. He's honestly not. The fact that you get burned by Bernard Berrien almost every year is just it's mind-boggling. And the fact that Darrelle Revis shuts down great receivers like Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson. You know, the only thing we have to see left is him versus Larry Fitzgerald.
But it's like even though that team, even though that defense is overrated, there's one thing though that they do that I've seen over the
They go
past
after the
couple of
ball.
years. They turn the ball over.
They
They
just go
lead
after the
the
ball.
league in takeaways sometimes because that's what they do. They're an underrated defense.
I feel like the different
But-
defenses this year. I feel like the defenses this year and last year, all they do, they're not even worried about tackling. They're just going after the ball.
I don't think there even is defense in this league anymore.
No.
To be in my eyes, because it's like,
That's why congratulations.
Green Bay,
to Brees.
Green Bay,
Yeah.
Green Bay had that tremendous defense last year. Where was it this year? Really, was Cullen Jenkins that whole defense? Because when
Yeah,
he
it's
left,
really not.
he left. No, I mean that defense was not. If that defense was the defense last year, Pittsburgh would have killed them in the Super Bowl.
Mhm. Oh, definitely. Because you look at it this way: Pittsburgh has a good defense to win you championships.
And they got a good
and,
offense.
and they got a good
They're
offense.
the most balanced
they
team.
are the most balanced team. The only thing that's questioned is maybe the special teams on covering them.
Big Ben's health.
You
That's
know,
it.
and Big Ben, and health wise and everything like that. Especially with Ryan Clark not playing tomorrow, with
Mendenhall, ACL
Mendenhall
injury.
ACL tear. But like you said just now, the Steelers probably would have, I think, smacked the Packers in the Super Bowl if you compare this defense to last year's defense.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to do that. They're like, oh, this is basically the same exact team. It's really not. Because this team feel like it's just, all right, our offense will bail us out. Our offense will bail us out. Offense will bail us out.
But when that one game in the playoffs, in my opinion, that one game in the playoffs, when that defense thinks that offense is going to bail you out, it ain't. It's not.
Did the offense bail you out against Kansas City?
No. Did that offense bail you out against Detroit? Yeah, with Matt Flynn.
With Matt Flynn.
That just goes to show, to me, that any quarterback that you would take in the league and put it into that system would score that much points on a Detroit team. With those receivers. I mean, that's terrible.
That's good thing. That's a good thing with Aaron Rodgers. He knows how to use his receivers. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But when you say believe me, Aaron Rodgers is a top 3 quarterback in my eyes. It's going to be like that for a while. But Brett Favre groomed these guys into catching crazy catches. You got Greg Jennings, one of the best hands in the game. Donald Driver, one of the most consistent receivers in the league. And you're throwing the ball, and they're catching up here, down there, down there. That's all taught from Brett Favre because the way he throws. Mm-hmm. The way he throws was, I see you, I'm gonna throw it wherever it is. You gotta catch it.
If it's in your range,
if it hits your hands, no matter what. In other ways, if these guys wide open, like 15 yards around him, there's nobody around him, and he's wide open, and you hit him, you throw up here, hit his hands. If it hits his fingertips, all right, I can understand not catching that one. But when you're 15 yards around and there's no one around, and it comes right to you, and you drop it. Over here, you don't have to lead the receiver. There's nobody around him.
Yeah.
You put your hands on the ball, you got to catch it. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the problems with the Vikings this year. Nobody could catch it. And Ponder was the way that he threw the ball, because it's his rookie year. The way he's got to throw the ball, he's got to read defenses and everything like that. The way he throws was, very, outside. But you had to live with that with a rookie QB. He's gonna learn. Peyton Manning wasn't perfect his first year. Come on. Yeah. I'm not comparing him to Peyton Manning. I'm never going to compare anyone to Peyton Manning because in my eyes, that guy's the best QB since Joe Montana. Mm-hmm. So,
but all right, let's get back into the Saints and Detroit game. Who you taking and
it's like a 10.5 spread.
What is it?
New Orleans is giving 10.5. So,
last time they played on Sunday night, New Orleans smacked them.
Yep. So, but it's Saturday night.
Saturday night football. Saturday night football.
I love it. But I can. Give me Detroit with the points, but not winning the game. So give me New Orleans 45-42.
You're going to go that high?
Yeah. I can go 55-50 if I wanted to. Watch it be like a 20-20 game. God.
I think New Orleans is going to win, but I'm going to take Detroit in the spread, and I think New Orleans is going to win 35-30.
All right, so if we got 35-30, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back with
AFC.
The AFC showdown for tomorrow,
and the NFC showdown.
NFC showdown that all fans every fan is looking forward to. We'll be right back.